Nden. That's the musical duo that we're sitting with today. We're visiting a lovely, lovely place in the center of town. It's in Glenwood. This is one of the studios that they use when they do their recording and practices as well. So without any time wasted, let's jump into it. I'm talking about Nden here. It is made up of two beautiful artists. That is Thulile Zama and David Smith. Guys, how are you doing today?
Doing good.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm good, man. And thanks again for giving us an opportunity to sit with you. It's absolutely an honor. The reason Unfiltered wanted to have a chat with you is because what Unfiltered does is we move around and catch our stories. You know, if you're an artist and you have a beautiful story to tell, we want to hear that story and we want to share that story because we're in the age of creating content, right? And if you're an artist, you paint, come through. If you have a business, we want to showcase what you do. So that's what Unfiltered is really about. And today, having musicians in front of me, it's definitely going to be an exciting one. I'm also into jazz. I love jazz. So I'm in the right place, I believe.
Yes.
Thulile, how are you doing? I just want to start with you because I've known you for a while, you know, being in the jazz music myself. I want to find out though, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And thank you so much for the visit.
Oh,
it's not often we have visitors.
Exactly.
This is awesome. It's such an honor for us to be here with you guys.
Trust me, it's absolutely amazing. And David, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Excellent, man. And thanks again for allowing us to come through,
Sure.
right? We're going to talk about Nden. But before we even get to the beautiful group that you formed, if you want to call it a duet or a duo, it still works. Before we get there, what I want to find out is the individual parts where you've come up with the music, your passion, what drove you into to falling in love with music. Starting with you, Zama, who was your real inspiration before you even said, as a teen, to my parents, I want to go to UKZN and study and pursue that further?
Yeah.
Who was that one person that you listened to at home, maybe, and was so influential that you said, I have to pick up a mic?
I think I'm very blessed in the sense that my parents, but also my uncles as well, were all very musical. So I just grew up with a whole lot of music around me, stuff from overseas, but more especially Miriam Makeba, Ole Dambuli. So I've always grown up like in a musical family, hearing a whole lot of music. So I think people should not have been surprised when I said I want to study music, because it's their fault.
Exactly. They planted the bug,
Exactly.
They planted the bug.
So I've got a whole lot of vocalists that I look up to. I would say my favorite singer, if I had to choose, has to be
Jill Scott?
Exactly.
Don't do that.
Who's that again?
Rochelle Farrell.
Oh, of course. Oh, I love her voice. Her pitch is
She's
amazing. She's absolutely amazing. David, tell us, man, your inspiration?
Well, similar to Thulile, also grew up in a musical
house.
family. Music was always playing
all the time.
Big family, so lots of people brought stuff.
And the different elements that you get.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
My brother, well, more than one brother played the guitar.
Okay.
You know, I didn't ever learn the guitar myself. I gravitated towards the keys.
What made you go for the keys when the guitar was accessible?
Well, we had the piano at home.
Oh!
So
apparently my friend grew up rich. I didn't know. We had a piano at home. I'm just thinking, rich family.
I'm telling you, on the corner.
Yeah, my grandfather had the piano, and then my sisters were doing lessons.
That's right.
And so I think he gave the piano to them.
It's also natural, you know? It's also natural, especially when you have music at home, like you do say, Zama. And it just makes it all the more easier because when you're exposed to something, it's only natural that it becomes a part of you, right? So you found yourself in a musical home where kudlala this different kind of music, Letambuli, Miriam Makeba, like you mentioned, with a few, and even the international artists. Then you said, I want to go and pursue music, not just as a hobby, but I want to do this professionally. How did that come about?
Well, I think for me, there's never been anything else for me. Like when I just imagined what I'd be doing when I grow up, it's always been music for me.
That's the passion.
I can't imagine another version of me. So it was just a natural thing for me that when it came time, which in matric you have to apply, music was on top.
Music. And the fact that, of course, you naturally have a beautiful voice.
Well, that helped.
That
it made it easy.
Absolutely.
Exactly, because it gets your foot in the door.
Right. So there you are now, you're in UKZN, and then you meet the lovely David here. He was there as well. He came in and you guys were in the same class?
Yes, so we did a lot of classes together with another friend of ours. Shout out to Algaval.
There we go.
The Three Musketeers.
Right.
But yeah, so we started doing gigs around the city, like in restaurants.
Yeah.
And then they developed into corporate gigs.
That's correct.
We got weddings here and there. So we've been playing together for a long time, guys.
Wow,
not to reveal our ages.
I know. Of course, David, having come from old school, like I would call myself old school. You know, when you go back to the time where you picked up the instrument, coming forth and going to university as well and studying it further, you also ended up coming into a group that you initially worked with. I believe it's The Big Idea.
Yes.
How's the band? Who was it made out of, and how was that
That
like?
experience was also because it was also at UKZN. So I was
in-house, huh?
Yeah, so we basically had Dwayne was at the Tick.
That's right.
At the time. And he used to come to UKZN, you know, and jam and stuff like that.
Man.
So I knew Dwayne from where I grew up in Wentworth.
Of course.
So he it started with, we did a gig with Burton, another pianist.
Yeah.
And I was second keys on that gig, and
that's
where Dwayne heard me play.
And he liked that.
So it was like, dude, we want to put together a hip-hop band. And so it was Dwayne Nichols, Gareth Gale on drums, was on bass. Quincy Finn was the MC.
Wow, man.
And
so he'd go and pop up the crowd before
Quincy was so,
can you
imagine?
this guy.
Make them look good.
Yeah. You need to get the big picture.
Yes, he was the glue, really. He really kept us together.
Yeah.
And it was so, like, because he also studied, like, did he do plays and stuff? Like, he was an actor.
Oh, okay. So he's already in the scene.
Exactly. So drama, exactly. So he taught us, really taught me how to be on stage. So like have stage presence.
Exactly.
You can't
the
be,
confidence.
You can't be like this.
No, you communicate with the crowd as well. You need to look up.
Exactly.
You know, push the nerves away.
Exactly.
Collaborations are so important.
Yes. They are.
Even multidisciplinary collaborations, they're just so important.
Open more doors for you.
Yeah, definitely.
For you, it wouldn't have been hard at all because, like I did say, when you're a person who's already gifted with a beautiful voice, it makes it all the more easy because even if I stand at the corner on Russell Street and things are really not going well on my life, you know, on my side, I just put a hat down and then I can just
watch too many movies.
That matching price of listen, it would work, you know. I'm imagining, but you did that. You sort of exposed yourself to the love of the music that you already had, and you said you're not gonna stop anyway. You're gonna climb that ladder. So you are in school now. You're with David, but at this moment, because you're still studying, you are far from knowing that one day be a group called Nden. This is only current.
Yes.
You've also had a journey that you've traveled. I know of the beautiful group that you are part of, and you are a part of actually.
Yes.
That is Hills of Ahead.
Yeah, hello girls.
Girls. Trust me, listen, the magic that you guys did, it's absolutely amazing. I remember in 2011, was it? You were nominees on the Summers.
Yes.
Yeah, and it doesn't even end there. You actually did a lot of traveling out of your own accord now. Singing. How was that experience?
Like some of the things that have, come through in my life, I just think to myself, wow, is this really happening? It takes me years sometimes to actually absorb.
Have I been there?
You know what I'm saying? Like everything from the World Cup. I think one of the biggest audiences we had as Hills of Ahead was the final evening, like the final game, World Cup, and we were there at the beach at the fan stage, and it was literally the ocean, the humans, as much as the human beings. So it's just been so amazing, and it's been such a blessing, you know, our journey with the girls. And like most people know, they're probably not going to get another album anytime soon.
Right.
Because we're scattered
we
all
really
over the country.
We really want that album though.
I know you guys.
I'm sure there's going to be a reunion. That just has to be. Absolutely. And David is going to be on the keys.
Yes. With a titty skirt.
I secretly have been wanting to get in that band.
Who's going to tell the difference? Yeah, man.
But so it's been amazing. We had an opportunity to go to New Orleans to represent Durban.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, guys. It's been quite a journey. All I can say is that hard work eventually does pay off, and just be consistent. Exactly.
All the time. And for you, David, I know that when you came to a point where you were like, well, now we have done music, we've studied, and we do play music already. You then decided that we're going to form a group.
Yes.
And then a group was formed.
Exactly.
What on earth gave you the idea that I want a group to be called Nden? I want to find out because I know that Zama said that this has something to do with you.
Yes.
How did the name come about? Yeah, man.
There is the story.
Yeah.
So, we've been looking for a band name, you know. For a while. And Thulile is very organized, so she's been presenting different ideas, and I'll be like,
I don't like this one. Yeah.
And then 2 months later, I'll be like, oh, it's nice. And then she's like, nah,
she's not doing it anymore. So it was work in progress.
Exactly, it was back and forth. And then one day, she called me, and I answered the phone, and I said, and then, so I was like frustrated because it's usually work, or she's reminding me about something. Yeah. And so she threw me under the bus because she tweeted about it, and she's like,
Twitter, go get him.
So wait a second. You were frustrated when he answered the phone and said, and then it sounded a bit rude.
I didn't. Yes, and I didn't know.
And you were not there. You were not trying to be rude.
Yes, it's like, and then.
Listen now, that's obviously magic. You took that and you threw some on Twitter so that people can have a go at it.
Yep. And this friend of ours is like, why are you guys looking for a band name? You have
a band name.
You just have a band name already.
Shout out to Put Eric.
Get out of here. So Put Eric was the one who said, you're busy looking for a name when the name has already created itself.
It's landed on your lap.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
And then,
yes.
Yeah.
And that's you, David.
That's me.
Thank you. And how has it been for I'd assume it's a new group, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you recorded? Are you still in the process of recording? Is there a single that is out? We want to find out.
We do have a single. The single's out. It's called Coffee in the Morning.
I think I heard that.
Yes.
Beautiful stuff, man.
And we are in the process of putting our album together. So definitely.
Because you know how it is, you get married and people are like, zipping down. So it's like that with the single. It's like, where's the album?
We want the whole thing.
It's coming, guys.
And people that must have been involved, because that's the actual reason we want to find out about the Nden and the fact that you already have an album that you're working on.
Yeah.
You must have some artists that you've featured.
Yes.
Are we dropping any names?
Of course.
Let's have
it. Well, you know, Durban is blessed.
It is.
So
Germs.
So for Coffee in the Morning and one other track, definitely we're going to be featuring one of our favorite bassists, Freeman Kumede.
Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff.
It's sounding so delicious.
I'm telling you.
If you haven't checked it out, guys, we need
to go and have them checked out, definitely.
Yeah.
And as you're busy putting this album together, how big is it going to be? Are you going to have it on hard copy or is it going straight to digital?
We've thought of all of that, and David.
It'll start with digital for sure.
Of course, that's the
easiest thing to do. In terms of CDs, we might, I don't know.
We would love it.
I think we should, because there's a lot of, especially jazz appreciators who still enjoy it, including myself.
Let me tell you, just myself speaking, you know, that feeling that you get when you have a hard copy and then you can open it and there's a sleeve inside and read the story behind the song, like, whoa, this is where they
started. We are so old school. I'm sure my
nieces will be that.
I'm telling you, I missed that because you go onto iTunes.
You can't do that on iTunes. Even if they have a feature like that, it becomes too much. It's like reading a book out of a phone. That's not the same. You want to smell the pages, you know? You want something like that. So guys, you've been doing an amazing amount of work, eh? So with this new album that you're busy with, you obviously have big plans for it. It's going to be out and it's going to be there, digital platforms, they're all going to be ready. We want to find out how soon should we expect the album? Maybe so that we can get people ready. Yeah, of course.
Tell us for those corporate gigs because we need to go back to studio. But the good news is that the cooking has happened. The onions are chopped. Like things are happening. Well, it's not like one day we'll go into studio.
It's an everyday process.
Exactly.
You're busy with it.
Exactly. So it's like when we get the gigs, we go to studio. So book us, guys.
Of course. And that thing again, Zama. That I'm calling you Zama again. That's so the one thing that I want to find out with a lot of jazz clubs have closed down. This is obviously a problem, and obviously why we bringing this up right now is because you just mentioned. Because you want to be booked, and obviously this is how artists make their living.
Yes. Of course.
I want to find out though, a lot of venues have closed down. I know the Jazzy Rainbow, you guys used to gig there a lot. And that's why I saw you. I was standing there at the back and I was like, I want to sing too. And I would look at you and you'd be going on and on. And places like that have closed down.
Yeah.
We've got a few that are still out there, but they're not as popular as you'd want them to be, you know, and people are not feeding into the music.
Yeah.
How do we save the jazz music? Because I know, Wuti, people are, you know, there's all this kind of competition that is booming everywhere. And people are just not wanting to stick to the right stuff. But obviously the ones that know quality will always go back to quality.
Of course.
I want to find out, how are you going to remedy this problem of not having, you know, that you can actually go to gig?
Yeah.
And is there any way that you compensate for this?
There's a lot of ways I could say. Like, for example, I think a lot of us were forced into the digital space before we were even ready to get serious about it. I know with us, as the Nden Wuti, our YouTube channel, we've become so good and so consistent in posting in that space. But also, I think not having to wait for like the formal version of the venue.
The build-up is always beautiful to see.
You know what I'm saying? Just trying to do things with the resources that you do have, you know, and not wait for things to come to you. You know?
But I think we're going to obviously come to a point where we get away from the bad cloud that we're currently under, and we're probably going to start seeing Izinto go back to normal. And we need that, man. I mean, jazz especially depends on that, because live is 10 times better than studio. And I don't care if anyone gets offended by that. It's the truth. You know,
for the musicians, I promise you, after the first lockdown wave, when we eventually got to play for an audience, it was like,
there's the connection.
Oh my gosh, I promise you, it's just nothing beats it.
And if you don't mind me saying, I can remember when we were doing online stuff. We were missing that feedback.
Yes.
So
that interaction.
Because if it's you in the room and that the camera,
it's not
that eye contact is not there.
Yeah, well,
you know, sometimes I'm sure even for you, Thuli, if there's a nice gentleman down there, it probably, you know, it would probably inspire you to hit a certain note a certain way, you know? A camera won't give you the same magic. The camera just waits for you to say, okay, now you're done, press stop.
Exactly.
It's not the same. No, it's not. So we need those venues to reopen, and we really appreciate that. But, you know, with everything that has been said, I really commend you guys for the wonderful work that you're busy with. You're doing it as we speak. And I know what the beautiful song that you've released is doing amazingly. I've also been, you know, sharing with my friends so that they can also just be aware of the beautiful work that you do. So it's really exciting. So for Nden, moving from this point that we are right now, what is the next chapter, and what's in the future for you guys?
Well, I think the very next thing would be obviously our goal to complete the album. That would be like the biggest thing.
Of course.
But just doing what we do, you know, we like Thuli always insists that we get together once a week and we rehearse, and that even we might not even have a gig, but just to
stay ready.
Because you know it's like a relationship that is you know, distant relationships, they work. But sometimes not that easy. So for the magic to stay alive, you need to always polish it every single day, every single time. Guys, thank you so much again for being a part of Unfiltered with Oscar Msomi. I'm sure that people want to be able to get through to you somehow, one way or another. How do we get through, Thuli? Please do tell us.
Yes, so we are on all the social networks.
There we go.
Even TikTok, guys.
I've seen the crazy stuff you guys have been. I've seen that. You know, I'm following you guys.
Yes, so on Instagram, on Twitter, and on TikTok, we are Nden_music. So it's NDEN_music.
Okay.
And on Facebook, we are Nden. But also you can find us on our website. That's actually where all the links for the music is, for the single. You just go to ndenmusic.co.za, because we are in South Africa. So we're .co.za. We wanted that identity to stay. Yes.
Obviously.
So for me, I just think that, you know, I think we would want to represent passion. So if anyone has passion, we want to inspire.
Definitely.
And just do what you're doing and just keep it going. You know,
trust me, the whole of South Africa is waiting patiently. And sometimes when you know something good is coming, it can allow you to have that bit of a break and say, let's just wait and see, because I know that it's magic. And obviously the single that is out right now, it's doing flames out there. You know, it's absolutely amazing. You guys have this passion, and it really comes out of the craft that you do. So thank you so much again for being a part of Unfiltered with Oscar Msomi. This is episode 14, and you'll obviously be able to watch it on YouTube. It's going to be on Spotify, it's going to be on iPhone podcast, and also on SoundCloud, so people will be able to catch it definitely. Awesome. But obviously, being YouTube, where you'll get the vlog, the video of it, you can just press that button on the right there. It's called subscribe. Press that button. Press that button so that so that you get more of the beautiful content that we're going to be bringing to you. It's been a beautiful one. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Absolutely the best, and all the best for Nden.
Yes.
Nden. Lovely stuff, eh? Thank you.